Confirm and go live. I am live. We're here.
Hello.
Hello. Oh, I gotta do a couple things. I gotta set this up so I can see chat. That's important. I gotta do a couple things. I gotta set this up so I can see chat. I keep doing that by accident. Hello, SM. Hello, Ethan. Hello, Roku.
Hi.
Hello, Tinkle. How is everyone? Oh, I should also tweet out on the server, on the Discord server. We're chatting about friendship is scary. Come join us. Man, I'm hungry. How are you guys? Are you guys hungry? Are you hungry, Roku?
Oh, I ate right before the stream, so I'm good.
Oh, that was smart of you.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're here today to talk about how scary friendship is with Roku. Hello, Necro.
Very scary.
Yeah, but that's okay. You know, it's scary, but we learn a lot about it in this skit. So basically, how this skit came to be is we did a practicing to do Yandere Line stream, and you were shockingly good in it.
Thank you.
Yeah, and that was basically how this skit came to be. That was what influenced the writing of the skit, and we went from there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think originally. Oh.
Oh no, go on.
I think originally you wanted me to be like an actual bad guy, but
Yeah.
I thought that was kind of out of character, and then it'd be funnier anyway if I was just like super nice but did the voice anyway.
Yeah. So Roku's dialogue is actually not that scary, but it comes off as really unnerving because of his delivery. Like, he talks about how he baked Penny cookies, but Penny's scared to eat the cookies because of how nefarious Roku sounds when he's trying to convince Penny to eat the cookies. Yeah.
And I think you edit it so I'm like whispering in your ear like half the time.
Yes, I did. If we go, where would that be? Over here,
Now then, here, Pending, I baked you some cookies.
Yeah, see, look how up in Pending's face I make it, and I actually cheated a little bit to do that, because if you look at the other parts, I'm trying to find an example. Yeah, if you look over here, you can see that you're actually not really that close to Pending. But for those particular close-ups, when you had the long kind of soliloquies where you're talking to Pending, I moved Pending closer, and I actually refilmed those parts as well to make Pending look more scared than he initially was. So actually, if you go to this nest, you'll see that Pending is just a torso in these ones. Because I had refilmed it, and I refilmed it with a zoomed in Pending so that I could better see what Pending was doing, and just really focus on trying to get Pending to look as unnerved as possible. So I was really happy with how this came out.
Yeah, I think it came out really
I'm
well.
Yeah,
not
You did
sure.
a really good job editing.
yeah. I especially like this part over here
Gus.
I'm
where
not sure I should leave right
where
now.
Penning like kind of like looks away as he's doing it. Eye movement is like not something that really comes naturally to Luppet, which is what I'm using, and it's not something that really comes naturally to me as someone who doesn't really maintain good eye contact and also only looks with one eye. Um, so that was a problem, but it worked out really well, and I feel like I'm disconnected. Am I disconnected? Can you hear me?
The stream's still up as far as I can tell.
Oh, okay, that's good. Um, oh yeah, we're still here. Okay, perfect. Yeah. So yeah. Uh, eye contact hard with me. Eye contact is also not like one of like eye tracking specifically is not one of Luppet's
Oh,
strengths. Oh, is it still okay? Hello?
you cut out a little bit, but yeah, I can hear you now.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Eye contact is not one of Luppet's strengths. It can like accurately track when you're blinking, but if you're just moving your eyes from side to side, that is where it struggles. Hey Tinkle and hey Terrence. Uh, so so yeah. But I think what happened is because Penning's also turning his head at that point, that helped. Um, hey Kiru. But before we did that, like early in the skit, because once you're in the skit, once there's a third person in the skit, the types of camera angles I can do is becomes more limited. So early on, I thought like I would do some more dynamic camera angles just to kind of give some additional variety. So when it's just pending and subtitles, it's over the shoulder camera angles. You can see I alternate between the two. There's some zooms here, like over here, pending's really zoomed, and you can just barely see subtitles in the shot. But yeah, so I did some over the shoulders. Over here, like there's I lowered the saturation and I added in kind of like this old timey thing because Penning's like sadly talking about I'm doing really well, Terrence. Uh hey Curl. You may know me as Battlecourt on Twitch. Oh yes. Hello. Do you prefer Battlecourt or is either good? And hello Levy. Uh so um so yeah, I wanted to do some more dynamic shots. I wanted to have like this look a little bit sadder because like Penning's like, I'm worried you don't make friends and subtitles and then it cuts to subtitles who's like, just completely indifferent to the point of even being a bit happy about the idea that people are scared of her.
Oh.
Yeah. So like if we go
These subtitles,
like this
I'm
kind of
worried
after
about
school
you. Sometimes
sad
people
music.
say you're mean.
I know.
And
I
then
love it.
But don't.
originally I was actually gonna have the music switch back and forth between the sad music and the happy music whenever like it was Penny talking versus subtitles talking, but it was kind of jarring. So I switched that. Hey King Draco. Why do you refuse Cookie? It's just because Penny was so scared that he was worried about leaving Roku alone with subtitles. He was worried they were going to fight. That's why Penny refused the cookie. Under normal circumstances, there's no way Penny would refuse a cookie.
Is this the first time you've refused a cookie? I forget.
I feel like this is the first time Penny's refused a cookie. It's very rare. So yeah, this is all basically just shot reverse shot. In this one, I gave like a blur effect I do like there's a specific blur effect that I do to give characters a glow, where basically you copy the footage and then you on the top layer copy of the footage you add a Gaussian blur and then you change the blend mode to screen. Hello, love ducks. And when you do that, when you put in the Gaussian blur and you change the blend mode to screen, then it gives the character something of a heavenly glow. In this case, I changed it to multiply because I wanted to give subtitles this kind of darker glow. That would make me curious about how good Roku's cooking is. I feel like Roku's cooking is actually probably pretty good.
It's decent, kind of newbie level. I can cook certain specific dishes, but in general, probably newbie level.
I mean, your cooking's better than my cooking, though that is not a high bar to surpass.
I think I sent you pictures of a couple of the things I've cooked over the year.
Yeah, it looks good. Oh no worries, Kiru. If you have any questions, let me know. I'm just kind of rambling about what I did, so I'm happy to answer questions if people have questions. So, what was Subtitles even talking about that I wanted to give her this dark glow for?
Or I can drop a building on you, and you can learn how to be flat.
Yes. Yeah, Pending was like, don't you want to learn how to make friends? And Subtitles is like, why don't you learn how to exist after I've dropped a building on you? And Pending's just like, we can do that later. Because Pending has no real fear of physical injury because he's basically impervious to it.
Then why are you so afraid of me? It's not like I would do anything bad.
I think Pending was more scared of the idea that you and Subtitles were going to fight.
Ah.
Plus, Pending. Well, can Pending be intimidated by direct threats on him? I'm not really sure. I don't think there's ever been an example of that. Because most of the time when someone threatens Pending directly, it just kind of goes over his head. Can Roku make turnip soup? Have you ever made turnip soup?
My grocery store doesn't actually have turnips as far as I can tell. I keep looking for them, maybe just because of COVID, but I can't find any.
I don't think I've ever seen turnip soup either. Is Pending indestructible because he's an AI or because he was made that way? I feel it's the latter. It is the latter. It's because he was made that way. Pending was made so that he can't feel pain, basically. Well, he can't feel physical pain. Emotional pain he's capable of feeling. And yeah, he's growing increasingly capable of feeling emotional pain as he develops more and more. Which is going to be kind of a bit of a thread of this kind of arc, and I'm using arc in quotation marks because the Pending skits don't really have true arcs, but it's one of the things that's going to be kind of looked at more in the coming months. At least that's the general plan. You would love to do a skit with me once I'm a VTuber? Yeah, just if you ever have a specific idea or whatnot, just let me know. I'm always open to ideas. So yeah, there was the shot reverse shot. Then we switched to a more traditional shot because Roku's about to enter, and Roku has a line at the beginning of "Hey Subtitles, guess what?" and Pending gets surprised, and I wasn't sure exactly how I was going to make it so that Pending would be surprised, because Roku has to be in between Pending and Subtitles, but at the same time, Penning is clearly looking at subtitles. So my original idea was that Penny was just going to look away. He was just going to be looking in the wrong direction, which isn't very nefarious. It just makes, or rather, it doesn't really set up Roku being nefarious. It just makes Penny look kind of klutzy, which also works. You've already thought of a few ideas, but that can wait once everything is ready. Okie dokie. Yeah, there's no rush. Yeah. I'm looking forward to your debut. So, but fortunately, Roku like slowly rose up, so that set up the whole Roku teleporting, but Penny didn't see it perfectly. So,
Roku!
Yeah, I thought that you would get a kick
Wait,
out of that. I
where
didn't
is
know if you're
Roku?
gonna actually use it or not, or if you'd cut to me already, standing up straight. But I thought you'd find it funny.
yeah, I thought it worked really well. That way, it's believable that Penny looked in the wrong direction, and also that led to a very, very bad delivery from me. Let me just mute you for a second so you guys can appreciate the sound that I make here.
Oh!
Here, let's even mute the sound so you guys can just listen to this noise that I made.
Oh!
This is horrible. This doesn't sound scared or surprised. It sounds like a Winnie the Pooh noise. Oh! I did a few takes of this. This was the one I ended up going with. And originally I was just using it. Originally I was just like, you know what? I'm just going to keep this in as a placeholder. And I'm going to go back and re-record it later. But, fun fact, never re-recorded it. The Winnie the Pooh one ended up staying in there. So
that's fine.
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, or yeah, exactly, Love Ducks. It sounds like Mickey Mouse. So didn't really fit with the being scared thing. But like I also did ones that were like longer screams, and that didn't really seem to fit either. Because I think I think the idea is that like it's not like Penny screaming in terror. It's more that he's startled. So it needed to be like a quick burst, but I didn't do it right. So that's what we ended up with. Might have a career as a heavily stereotyped Italian plumber. It's a me, Mario. Yeah. So yeah, from there. Also, look at how like sinister you are. You're just so angry.
Yeah, I remember running through all my facial expressions and variations that I could do for you.
Yeah.
Until we found the right one.
By the way, one thing, I'm halfway there. Yeah, exactly. One of the things, like, so, you and me, we both have Vroid models. And Vroid is much more versatile than one might think at first, because you can actually do a lot with Vroid models, especially if you get Unity involved. Like, for example, your Turnup is a Unity edition.
Mm-hmm.
One limitation of Vroid is the blend shapes. You can add more blend shapes in Unity with Vroid, but even then it's limited because the blend shapes you can add are variations of the existing blend shapes. You can't like create kind of like all new expressions, so to speak. You can only just like do an expression that's like 75% happy plus 25% surprised or whatnot. So like, for example, Subtitles has a winking blend shape that I added for her. By the way, there's an updated subtitles model that I need to start using, but I need to actually do the blend shapes for her, and I've been lazy about that. So at some point, you probably won't notice the difference between current subtitles and updated subtitles because the only difference is bone physics. But yeah, at some point there's going to be an updated bone physics subtitles. The bags under Roku's eyes give him a bit more expression too. Yeah. And honestly, like the bags under Roku's eyes, like I assume it plays on the idea that you don't sleep a lot. Is that what it's meant for?
I guess so. I actually do sleep a lot. I'm tired because I'm like anemic.
Right.
But when Maple was making the model, he asked me. We were talking about it, and he's like, "Do you have bags under your eyes?" And I'm like, "In real life, I do." So he just stuck them in.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it makes you look more sinister for this, because like it darkens your eyes.
Yeah. I like them though. I think they look pretty good.
Yeah.
He did a good job.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, what I was gonna say is like I wish I wish Vroid allowed for more flexibility with the blend shapes. Like for example, with Pending, like I feel like the surprise, because Pending's eyes are so big, the surprise expression doesn't shrink his eyes as much as I'd like. Hey Starshine. So like there's just limitations to the blend shapes. Blend shapes means expressions, by the way. There's limitations to the expressions, and I wish that, or I hope in a future update, Vroid like tweaks like what expressions the models can do.
Yeah. For my expressions in this, I didn't use any of the default ones. I had to do custom sliders for it to get it to look right.
Mm-hmm. I do custom to an extent. The biggest thing that I do is I take away the mouth aspect of most expressions, because I want to be able to have the expression on as Pending and subtitles are talking, and I feel like the mouth part of the expressions looks weird when a character talks. Bye, Curall. Thank you for coming, and I hope you have a good day. Like for example, oh, this is a zoom in on you. And like you can see like there's like little lines here even. Which I think is probably an effect of the shading that I was doing, but still it kind of like makes you look even more sinister because it makes you look a little renegade.
Oh no, they're there normally. I'm not sure why Maple put those in. I kind of like them though.
Yeah, it adds a little bit more depth to you. Yeah.
I just pretend they're turnip roots, working their way through my blood system or whatever.
It does kind of look like that, right? It looks like you're being slowly corrupted.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. One thing I could do as far as like alternative camera angles, even when there's 3 people on, is I could have like a shot of like subtitles or Pending looking at the camera, like looking directly at the camera, as opposed to the more common like looking to the side, because obviously when subtitles and Pending are looking to the side, you can't get as good a look at their facial expression unless it's really zoomed in, particularly with subtitles, because subtitles has hair in her face. One thing that I was thinking about while I was doing it is I always shoot subtitles on the left and Pending on the right. In the future, I might start switching that around, because by shooting subtitles on the left-hand side, subtitles bangs are always in the way. So it might be better to shoot subtitles on the opposite side in the future. It's not going to be a factor in the next skit that comes out, as you guys will see. Because in that skit, spoilers, subtitles is going to look different. And I'm really looking forward to that skit. But yeah, if you look at this shot, for example, it's actually not so bad because subtitles isn't like looking like straight to the side, so her face isn't being completely covered by the hair. But at the same time, part of the reason why I've turned her like that is so that you can see at least some of her face. So yeah, that was a thing that I think about.
Mm-hmm.
And like in this shot, like subtitles has like the smiling expression that she's doing, but you can't really tell it that much because like I shot it in such a way that the hair is covering a lot of her face. So yeah, moral of the story is I'm probably going to reverse that in the future. Which, by the way, I think I told you where penning and subtitles were standing wrong, because the footage you gave me, like whenever you were talking to pending, you were actually looking at subtitles, and when you were talking to subtitles, you were looking at pending.
Oh,
that was an easy enough fix. I just like flipped you over, which would only really be noticeable is if people knew which way your shirt was supposed to go, because it like mirror images your shirt as well. Hey, Nathan, and hey, Mitchell Patterson. Our not probable future overlord will get a makeover. If you're talking about the next skit, it's a little bit more complicated than that. But you guys will see. You guys will see. Subtitles will look different in that skit, but not in a way you guys might suspect. And I'm looking forward to that skit because it'll be fun. It'll also be hard because there's a lot of... It'll be hard for me to edit because there's a lot of like different camera work in that skit. So like the last couple skits, I've been experimenting with more camera movement and stuff. This next skit in particular will be really big into that, so that'll be interesting to pull off. So yeah, we've already talked about that. This is
Wow, you've got Pending too scared to eat cookies? This is awesome.
There's like a pan here.
Don't worry, Pending.
And the reason why I did it like this is to put some distance between this shot and this shot, so it's within the realm of believability that Roku has moved a bit, because obviously now Roku's not like right up in Pending's face like he was in the previous shot, because these two Pending parts were filmed separately. Specifically because I wanted Pending to be so much closer in that shot, and because I wanted Pending to have a different expression in that shot than he had in the original filming. Yeah. Maybe we will see Twin Tails subtitles someday. Maybe. I certainly would not rule that out. I want like subtitles to have subtitles is gonna have like, at the very least, subtitles is gonna have like a Halloween outfit. Pending's gonna have one too. I haven't decided what their Halloween outfits are gonna be. Subtitles might end up being a princess for Halloween. Well, it might be one of those things where subtitles insists that she dressed up as a queen, but Pending keeps calling it a princess costume. I haven't decided on what Pending's Halloween costume should be yet. There was a lot of suggestions, and I haven't settled on one. I kind of liked the idea of Pending being a magical boy, only like there's nothing specific that's a magical boy. So, it's hard to know. It's hard to know. Also, pending like moved like way up forward and then moved way back again. That's okay. You do you, pending. You move around if you wanna. And Love Duck, speaking of ASMR, Roku, I feel like you did a really ASMR thing, like over here. This
Oh, you're breaking up. What?
oh, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
You you were very ASMR over here. This whole breathe in and out.
Oh. I was trying to make it a little creepy.
Yeah. It was creepy, but it was also like ASMR esque. I think you could do like really good ASMR if you wanted to.
Yeah.
You got kind of like you're good at like doing like a whispery voice, like a very breathy voice. And I think like for ASMR that's very helpful. I don't really do a breathy voice that well. Something I want to try to do more, but I haven't really succeeded in it thus far. Oh, and also for this scene, I zoom in on Roku because when Roku like moves his arms up and down, it's very good for this scene, but because of where he's placed between penning and subtitles, if it's done without the zoom in, Roku kind of highlights that Roku is behind penning and subtitles. And it just makes him look a little bit further away, so that's why I kind of masked that by zooming in. Plus, also, I felt like it was cool, like, it's a zoom in as he breathes in and a zoom out as he breathes out. So I thought that was a cool, like, effect.
I think it worked out really well.
Thank you. We call him Breath Coon now. Yeah, Roku, you could do breathing ASMR. I don't know if that's a thing, but I assume it is.
Probably.
I would think so. I feel like at one point I saw like an example of ASMR where it's a guy with like a straight razor and he's just like puts his cheek like right up against like the binaural microphone and he just slowly shaves with a straight razor. And on the one hand, that's a cool way to make money, I guess. But also, I don't know. There's ASMR for everything. Yes, that's probably the case. Yes. I'm sure it's also a really like competitive field now just because ASMR kind of took off, so there's a lot of ASMR artists out there kind of fighting for
Probably,
attention. Yeah. I feel like there's a lot of comedy potential with ASMR too. Like I've mentioned that before, but
Definitely.
like yeah, like I like the like comedic ASMR that Moe does, where she like does like weird scenarios and stuff. I've always really enjoyed like turning ASMR into like a parody skit kind of thing. I do a little bit of that with like me softly reading the Declaration of Independence, but it's not like but like when I'm doing it, it's not like true ASMR. It's not like with the binaural. It's not binaural or anything, so it's kind of limited. But even still, it's fun to do. Yeah, Starshine. Maybe Roku, you could do like ASMR in the future. No, not deodorant eating ASMR. That sounds disturbing. That doesn't sound good.
Yeah, people have redeemed a lot of ASMR things for me to record when I have time to start up YouTube again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that'll be nice. There's a Persona 5 Gundad ASMR? What's that? I'm trying to think, like, of where, of, like, what in Persona 5 that might be. The Gundad. Do you know, Roku? Did you, play Persona 5? Uh-oh. Oh,
Penny?
yeah. Am I still here?
Yeah, you just cut out for a few seconds.
Oh, did you hear me wonder about Persona 5 at all? Did you play?
I heard something. Oh, you're me?
Yeah, did you play Persona 5?
I started it, but I got very busy and I haven't finished it yet.
Oh, the guy that sells guns? Oh, okay. Yeah, apparently there's ASMR with that guy. Am I cutting out for chat, by the way, or is it on Discord that I'm cutting out? Because I don't know if my internet's maybe not the best. It's probably not the best, but it is what it is. It's hard to fix internet.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is the other scene where, like, where Roku gets really close.
Doesn't my breathing technique calm you? Don't you feel relaxed?
This is super relaxed.
The music really helped with that part. I think it, like, matched up really well, and also Roku, like, leaning in as he said, "Relaxed." Especially, like,
that
with,
took a lot of takes.
yeah, especially, and, like, you overemphasize the T, which is really nice there. Which is good. And then like, eventually we draw attention to how creepy you sound. And
Say that you're doing it too much? If you always use that tone, don't you run
Oops.
the risk of it
oh, my computer's not happy. But yeah, and that then the creepy music kind of cuts out at that point. That really freaks you out. Yeah, Roku was legitimately scary in this, I think.
Thanks.
Yeah. Love Ducks. It depends on what the link is. Like, if you wanted to, like, actually, to be honest, I don't know if you can, like, in the sense that I don't know if it will auto flag it if you do put in a link. So I don't know if the auto mod would work or would like filter that out. So yeah, I'm not sure, but from my perspective, it depends on what the link is. As long as it's not a link to something bad, or like that kind of thing, then I don't mind. Yeah, you can try. What's the link to, though? Yeah, Roku, your acting was, like, super good.
Thank you.
So yeah, and then like, I liked how you could like actually touch the turnip. So how does that work? Like, you are using, like, a Vive, right?
I think so. Let me see what brand this is.
Oh yeah,
yeah, Vive.
Love Ducks. You can put a link to the Persona 5 ASMR. Sure, that's fine. So you use a Vive, and then you're recording this with Deet's Tracking World program?
Yeah, I use Tracking World for this.
How hard is that to set up?
It wasn't like super hard, but it wasn't like super easy either.
Right.
Like I had some issues with additional trackers. And I kind of had to go a little more basic than I wanted.
Right.
But I think that's more of a hardware issue than a software issue.
Like you think like your computer was having trouble processing the additional trackers?
I don't think it was the computer. It's more that by default there's like a certain number of things that it can track, so I had to get like additional dongles and splitters and stuff for it to recognize all the extra trackers, and that got kind of messy.
I see. Yeah, I don't see a link. Maybe it auto filtered out the link, Love Ducks, because I don't even see like the option to allow a link. It's just not there, unless I don't see any auto mod thing or anything. So I don't think it allows links. At least if you post a link and then nothing happened, it seems like it's just straight up not allowing the links. Which is kind of odd. Maybe it's like only moderators can post links? I don't know. It
could be.
Yeah, I guess it would be a safety function, because I know, like, obviously, like, there'd be spam bots or whatnot trying to post links to, like, dangerous websites. So maybe that's just YouTube's way of handling that. Twitch will let you potentially post links. Like, individual streams might not allow it, but as a general rule of thumb, Twitch does allow for links. So yeah, after that point, you're a lot nicer.
Cool. Mostly though, I'm just confused.
Always nice. I just did.
Sorry about that.
Yeah. Yeah, you start using your regular voice. Aside from one line where you're like, no, the turnip wouldn't like that.
That's true. I gave like almost 10 takes for that because I wasn't sure which way you wanted me to present that, like in normal voice or yandere voice or whispers or what.
Yeah, at the end of the day, I liked the more creepy version of it. It would, I think it worked out well. Plus, I got to use that music count again, which was really creepy music.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah. And then the skit ends with like, you basically agreeing to like help subtitles learn to make friends, which she was not like super into the idea of, but that's okay.
She saw potential in me.
Yeah. Or the turnip at the very least. And yeah, that was basically the entire skit. It ended up being longer than a typical skit. It ended up being 7 minutes 10 seconds, which is, for like a skit that doesn't involve like multiple like extra VTubers, that's really long. Like usually the skits go 4 to 5 minutes, but I think that's because there's like a lot of different things in this skit, like penitence and subtitles talk for like a minute before you come. Then there's like evil Roku, and then there's, or like evil sounding Roku, and then there's good sounding Roku. So like there was a lot of dialogue there, but also because like when you say things scary, you say things very like slowly and deliberately, so that makes every line longer, so I think that's another reason why this skit ended up coming out longer than a typical skit did.
Yeah. Plus, we kept like adding things like you'd think of something and then I'd think of something, and it kind of got a bit out of hand.
Yes, but that's good. Like I like longer skits. Short skits are fine too, but long skits are nice.
I thought it was a good length.
Yeah, the next skit might be a bit on the long end too. How long is the next skit? Let me take a look at how long it is in terms of actual like word count. See if I can find it here. I found it. It's opening. Hello, Oxide. How are you doing? The next skit is 851 words, which actually is on the longer end for a penny skit. So that one's probably going to be a bit on the long side too. We'll see, because like I said, the next skit is going to be a little bit more complicated than a traditional skit. Though it will not be the next video. The next video is actually going to be the first part of the Seven Boys videos, which I was really happy with the way part 1 came out. It's already done. I think I'm going to put it on the channel tomorrow, though. I'll give it like one final watch tomorrow, and then I'll put it out. Hello, Kazuto. I've been really enjoying Seven Boys too. It's been a pretty funny game.
Yeah, it definitely has been.
Yeah, and I think like just based on like how much usable footage there is, it'll potentially lend itself to a many-part series. I'm a little nervous about that because I've never like tried to put out like a multi-part Let's Play on YouTube before, and that's kind of a bit of a different beast in terms of like, are people gonna be interested in it and whatnot? Like obviously, analytics wise, like YouTube algorithm wise, it's not going to be particularly good because it's not like anyone's looking for playthroughs of Seven Boys 2. But that's also their loss because Seven Boys 2 is a hilarious game. So,
game of the year.
Exactly. So you know what? We're just ahead of the curve.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Oh, what about you, Roku? Did you have anything you wanted to talk about with this skit, or just in general?
I think we covered everything that I could think of.
And what about you guys, chat? I hope you enjoy. I hope you enjoy it, Love Ducks. It's like I said. I had a lot of fun. Like picking out the footage for this and editing it, and I did like some a handful of like special edits and whatnot. So I think it's good. I'm still debating on what the actual video is going to be called. I'm leaning towards "This Game Will Melt Your Brain" as like the title of the video, or something along those lines. Thank you, Necro, and thank you, Love Ducks. Everyone did good? Yeah, Roku did really good.
Did a good job editing it.
Thank you. I had a lot of fun editing this one. This one, just like just like messing around with trying to make this look as intimidating as possible was a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
So that was that was very cool. So yeah, I guess that's everything. Um, um, Tentatively speaking, tomorrow on Twitch, there's going to be more Seven Boys 2. It's going to be a late stream, like probably about a 10 p.m. start, because I have D&D first, and then Seven Boys 2. Um, and then before that, later tonight, I'm going to eat some food because I haven't done that yet. And then I am playing a game. I'm playing Republic of Jungle with Asu. And that'll be fun. That's like a social deduction game. I've played it before. It's a lot of fun. And then after Republic of Jungle, I'm going to get some sleep because I'm super sleepy. And then I will wake up and I'll do some work. And then I'll get started on like working on the next skit. And also at the same time, I will put out the part 1 of the Seven Boys 2. So there's a lot of stuff going on right now. You sent part 5, the Persona 5 ASMR link in the Twitch chat. Let me see. Oh yeah, I see it. Here, let me here, I'll maybe I can copy and paste this into our chat, like this chat. Let's see. Yep, I could do it. So there you guys go. If you wanted to see the Seven Boys 2, not the Seven Boys 2, the Persona 5 gun shop owner guy ASMR, that's where it is. And yeah, it's pretty relaxing. Maybe I'll give it a try earlier. I had some problems staying awake earlier today because I didn't get enough sleep. It's hard to get enough sleep because my body isn't cooperating with me recently, or well, probably ever. Now that I think about it, but that's besides the point. Anywho, I guess I will. I guess we will head off now. Thank you very much, Roku, for being here with me.
Thank you for inviting me.
Yeah, this was nice. And you guys all have good days and good lives. And I will talk to you guys again soon. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you all for being here. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, yeah. And bye bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.